Edgar came out and fought courageously and really showed to the world that he certainly belongs at this extremely high world-class level. Edgar, you are about an hour removed from the fight. So how was the experience like? What's going through your mind? Were you disappointed having that vote taken away, but still you came out and fought your hardest tonight?
First and foremost, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for this opportunity. I went in there with legend today, and we came up short. Obviously, I'm a winning at heart, man. So I'm a little down, but I know I won the world after this performance. That job to the third round. I came back and put a hard fight. I fought a legend, man. So a guy like me, right? The whole world was against me, right? And I was probably like 0 to 100, like 1 to 100, and my odds, right? And just facing a legend, man, it's something different. It's a blessing too, to share the ring with him. I'm excited. I finally got my feet at the highest level, at the pinnacle of boxing. And I feel like, I handled it well. We sold the fight great, and we fought a great fight. We gave the fans what they wanted to see, war. And that's what Mexicans and Puerto Rico do. We go in the ring and share the ring together.
Questions for Edgar Berlanga from the media. Questions?
Straight back. Edgar Berlanga here. Heck of a performance, even in a loss. I wonder if you take solace in the fact that you were able to go the distance with him in a fight that so many people thought that you were going to be knocked out in the early part of the fight.
Yeah, like I said before, man, the whole world was against me. I was saying it in interviews, nobody believed in me. I felt like I had probably like 20% of the world, maybe 10% of the world that believed in me. They thought I was gonna probably get knocked out 2 or 3 rounds, But it was a great fight, man. I know, that it was gonna be a great fight at the end of the day, man. I'm a warrior, and like I said before, I was calling this guy for 4 years. Like I said, man, he's a legend. He fought Floyd Mayweather when he was young, and look who he became after that loss. So I gained a lot of experience, man, being in the ring with him. He's a great fighter. But I know that he knows that I'm the future legend of the sport.
So to follow up on that briefly, do you feel like that even though this was not a win for you, it's similar to what happened with Canelo and losing to Floyd that you mentioned, that this will help you in the future, that you're confident that you're going to be taken seriously, that you'll be able to hang with all the top super middleweights out there after going 12 rounds and taking one of the best fighters of all time.
Yeah, man, definitely I put the whole 168-pound division on notice. I know that they know that I'm coming to fight. And listen, facing a guy like Canelo, right? He's the man. He's the top dog at 168. There's no bigger than him. At the 168 division, he's a Floyd Mayweather. He's a Manny Pacquiao. He's that type of guy. When you fight him, it's like a concert. And I feel like I handled it very, very well. I gave my part. People laugh, right? But for real, right? He's a guy that I looked up to growing up, man. And obviously I didn't want to tell him that. I didn't want to tell him, yo, you're an idol to me. I didn't want to say that because it's like, man, I'm about to fight this dude. But he's somebody that we always studied, that we always looked up to, and I wanted to fight him. I'm like, damn, I want to fight my idol. I never told him. I never told the media. I never told nobody. Because I felt like people would have really thought that I was gonna go out there and just take a knee or something just to get the opportunity to fight my idol. But I told him after the fight, I said, you're somebody that we look up to, for many years. And it's a blessing to be here. I'm not gonna lie, this is crazy. 22,000 sold out. It's a blessing.
Questions for Edgar?
Hey, right here, Edgar. You got my video for fight news. First of all, Edgar, congratulations on this fight. Do you feel you're a player now at 168 after this performance?
Right now I'm a winner, right? So I got defeated today, so 50% of me is down and 30% of me feels okay. But between my father, one of the legends right here, Memo, my coach, Eddie Hearns, and Keith is telling me that I shocked the world. And right now, I'm a superstar in the 168 division. I handled everything well, man. I went in there with a legend, and I shocked the world. People thought that I was gonna probably get knocked out early, and I went in there and did what I had to do. We didn't come out with the victory, but hey, it is what it is, you know. It's just another step of something greatness. I'll say it's the hardest, for sure. One of the fighters I hit very hard was Angulo. You know, he's a Cuban guy and he punches very hard too. So I'll say both of them are like the same, but you know, with Canelo, I was just mentally ready for the shots. You know, I already told myself I know I'm gonna get hit. I know I'm gonna get hit on my chin, but it's, you know, I gotta bite down on my mouthpiece and push. You know, what happened in the third round, I got hit with a left hook. We be practicing in camp the whole time, you know, keeping my right hand to my chin, and I wound up just moving and he connected right to my chin. And you see how I punch my glove, you know, that's like a big thing when my last time I got dropped, I was punching my gloves, I was like, damn, I got hit with a shot. I'm not supposed to be on the floor. But you know, it comes to boxing, you know, the greats got dropped, you know, got hurt, but it's about how you come back and respond.
I had a quick question for Eddie Hearn. Eddie, you watched Canelo destroy so many other guys. How proud are you of Edgar and the way that he hung in there through this fight?
Yeah, so proud because he's never boxed anywhere near that level before, and you know, one of the things that we probably wanted and needed was that fight between where he's been fighting those levels and Canelo Alvarez, and it's such a huge jump that the worry is that you're out of the depth. But he never really looked out his depth in there. You know, we got beat well by a legend, but it was always competitive the rounds. And I think more importantly, it's the way that he handled the week, the way that he handled the dressing room, the way that he handled the ring walk crowd. But for me, one of the most pleasing things was the boxes that he ticked. You know, an impregnable chin that took every shot in the artillery of Canelo Alvarez. And to be honest, like, the knockdown was an incredible left hook. It was kind of like a flash knockdown, but he was never really hurt in the entire fight. And even when he got dropped and came back, he was firing back and people loved it. I think his ring IQ, which we knew was better than people anticipated, was good and frustrated Canelo Alvarez at times. But you know, I said to him after, he's disappointed. He should be because he's a winner and he lost. But ultimately, when he drops back down the level, which is just what we do, because Canelo Alvarez level is so high, he's going to really start to understand the experience that he's gained tonight. And like he said about Canelo Alvarez fighting Floyd Mayweather at a young age, that's what he's done. He's stepped up to a whole new level and got a wonderful experience tonight. You know, I said to him earlier, he's secured his entire life and his family's life forever at such a young age, and it's just the beginning. Because right now, I think we have to say that he's probably the #1 name in the division outside of Canelo Alvarez. You know, and there's huge fights out there for him. You know, next year, Jaime Munguia, Caleb Plant, Charlo, Checo, our young gun coming through. But he's right now the man in the division as far as I'm concerned. So I'm very proud of that performance. I think he deserves a huge amount of credit.
And just to follow up real quick, you worked with Canelo so closely. On the heels of this triumph, does it make more sense for him to fight a lighter guy like Crawford, or to try to go up to the glory of evil, be a winner, or whatever it is?
Yeah, I mean, Canelo's going to do whatever Canelo wants to do. He's earned the right to do that. If I wins in a couple of weeks, he could have a shot at him for the undisputed championship at 175. Crawford was there tonight chasing the fight, and you know, he's earned the right to do whatever he wants.
Hey, Caleb, what's going on, man? Najee from Cigar Talk. First of all, congratulations. You know, even in this loss, your stock has gone up. I think, you know, you gained a bit more respect for this fight. Caleb Plant was up here before you, and one of the questions was asked, you know, how he would fight you next, and, you know, that was something he wants. He made it clear that he wants to fight you, so I just want to know, what do you think about that fight?
I think that fight is possible. You know, I just finished fighting one of the greatest fighters right now in the era. You know, so I'm not really focused on Caleb. You know, I gotta go back, take time off, my family, and when I head back in the gym, he's gonna call up any call manager, hit up coach, hit up on that, and we see who's on the next one or not.
Hola, buenas noches, Edgar Berlanga de Heraldo. ¿Qué fue lo que aprendiste tú de enfrentar a Canelo? Decías que tú lo comparabas con Floyd Mayweather, con Manny Pacquiao, con ese estilo de peleadores. ¿Qué es lo que te llevas esta noche y qué papel jugó los fanáticos que llegaron aquí para T-Mobile?
Primero, las personas que yo gané de los fanáticos y ganó mucha experiencia peleando con una leyenda como Canelo, y eso es más importante ahora mismo para mi carrera, ahora mismo, y yo creo que después de esto yo voy a ser un super estrella de Puerto Rico, del 168, representando full, y más o menos el próximo cara de boxeo.
Edgar, you want to translate or you want me to translate? Okay, the question was about what's the biggest lesson that Edgar took from this fight. And Edgar was saying that the biggest lesson that he took was the experience for Canelo and what it takes to face someone like that. And also he talked about wanting to be the next superstar from Puerto Rico. And this is the kind of challenge that he needs in order to reach that level.
Edgar, felicidades por tu pelea. ¿Qué fue lo que te complicó Canelo? ¿Y Canelo es el mejor peleador que has peleado con?
So, what was the most complicated part of facing Canelo, and also was Canelo the best opponent you ever had?
I think I was. I think besides Floyd Mayweather and Bill, I think I was one of the best opponents for sure. I definitely showed a lot of, IQ in here. But he has a lot of experience. Remember, usually guys, his first title shot, you get for one belt. I couldn't fight for undisputed my first title shot against a legend. So I'm going up to somebody that's been there over 20, 30 times. At this level, and this is my first time. So I can't really be too hard on myself. Because right now I feel a little down. I'm not gonna lie. I got defeated, but hey, I feel like we won for the fans for sure.
Bueno, miren, me siento decepcionado, sí, un poco, pero a la misma vez no me puedo golpear demasiado en lo moral porque yo me enfrenté a alguien que tiene 20, 30 defensas en su carrera. Esta era mi primera oportunidad, podría haber peleado contra cualquier otro, pero yo acepté este desafío y me parece que lo hice bien, demostrando un coeficiente intelectual boxístico que estuvo a la altura. Y entonces me llevo eso, me llevo esa lección y ese lado positivo de esta pelea.
Edgar, hell of a fight, Shan. You did amazing tonight. You showed a lot of heart. One thing I seen from watching from outside, obviously, was you were in tremendous condition. You took a hell of a shot. You got down, you got back up, and you fought the rest of the fight. You fought your heart out, came back hard after every exchange. You coming back hard with fire. What do you attribute that to? How were you able to keep coming as hard as you did, Paul?
I know that there's more than technical. This is a big experience. A lot of guys, man, fold under this type of pressure. Like what Canelo said. He said, it's different with me in there. It's like the fans, being in his territory and coming to the West Coast. It sucks energy out of fighters. It makes fighters feel weak. And then you look across the ring, it's like, damn, I'm fighting Canelo Alvarez, I'm fighting a legend. So these guys become a different type of fighter, like fights. With me, I feel like I came to fight. I showed the fans that, what they wanted to see. We didn't come out with victory, but, we got the victory. I know after this, it's a big experience for me. It was an amazing show. The build-up was amazing, building up this fight. I'm ready for it all, man. I'm ready for the big fights. I'm ready to sell out another stadium. I know now after this, I know I can do it myself. Puerto Rico every weekend, or we can take it back to Puerto Rico and sell out in the ring over there.
How's it going, Edgar? Brendan Taylor here, Q School Sports. Coming into the fight, there was a lot of talk about, IQ, and just smart intelligence. I wanted to ask you, what did you learn about yourself in those 12 rounds with Canelo Alvarez, and what about Canelo's skills? What in Canelo's skill set makes him so hard to figure out when you're in the ring with him?
I just felt like, I was pouring too much. I could have threw more combinations. There's a lot of stuff that I should have did. When I go back in the tape on my team, I don't know, be disappointed in a lot of things, because there was a lot of stuff that I knew I could have probably pushed more on him and push him back and, break his will. But, he's a legend, man, so he's going to weather the storm, and I feel like I weathered the storm really well. I took his best shot, came back, and every time he hit me, I hit him right back, so, it was a firefight.
Edgar right here. I want to say it's my TV. You and I interviewed after Munguia and Canelo in the Engineering Grand in front of about probably 800 people in the lobby. It was packed. You told me something in that interview. You said that if I get the Canelo Alvarez fight, I'm not going out like everybody else did. I'm gonna represent myself. How do you feel when you watched the arc of the fight? You heard the fans, you heard everybody kind of changing over. People were cheering for you. People were really showing you a lot of respect after all the disrespect that you received. How does that make you feel?
I feel excited, man. I'm glad that, I finally won the world, the boxing world. People was doubting me, even my country, Puerto Rico, and they were doubting me yesterday, how much people was disrespecting me from my island, when I sweat blood and tears from my island, Puerto Rico. And then all of a sudden today, it was like the whole island was rooting for me. Everybody was showing me love. And I seen it, I was like, damn, God is good, man. And after this performance, I know, sky's the limit. I know after this, the superstar status for real. I experienced the top of the pinnacle of boxing. For the legend, I did everything I had to do. What fighters should do when they get at that level, like with a 4-0 to 4 Pacquiao. It was that type of fight, I got friends that was from New York, and it was like, yo, we trying to go watch the fight in different clubs, and everything is just sold out. And that made me feel good. I was like, this is today, right before the fight. It was like, yo, we trying to watch the fight, we can't watch the fight nowhere. In New York, everywhere is sold out. Every bar, every club, everywhere in New York, we try to go watch this fight, it's sold out. And I felt good, because like I said before, there could be 50% people that hate me and 50% people that love me, but they still gonna watch. And like I always say, man, I love my haters. They push me to greatness.
This question's for Eddie Hearn and Keith Conley. I wanted to ask, because one of the young guys next to Edgar was Edgar Berlanga. Is there a possibility that fight can happen in the near future?
Yeah, firstly, as Edgar says, just finished his fight, so his job is to relax now with his family, and then our job with Keith is to plan the future. Of course, Diego's a young fighter coming through, but Edgar just fought Canelo Alvarez on a huge stage, and his stock really rose tonight. So I think the guys like Diego are definitely chasing Edgar Berlanga, and they should be. All young fighters should be now chasing people like Edgar Berlanga. He's been chasing people for a while, but I see him as one of the top guys at 168 now. Not just as a fighter, but commercially as well. And like he says, he's always done big numbers. When we went to the Garden, he did a great day, and that's only going to increase tonight. So yeah, I think that's an essential fight down the line. But me and Keith now will come back, and I'm really excited. I almost feel like it's like a new signing, because we knew he was a big star before, but now I feel like we've got one of the biggest stars in the division. And I think the comeback trail and the comeback plan is going to be really, really fun.
First of all, Edgar, super proud of you. Tremendous fight, tremendous effort. I think first of all, he proved all the haters wrong, as he said. He won the world tonight, even though he didn't win the fight. As far as going forward, I think, like Eddie said, we'll sit down. I think the smart thing to do would be a homecoming in New York or Puerto Rico. Get his legs back underneath them, get him another win, and then target guys like Munguia, Charlo, Caleb Grant. If the Diego Pacheco fight makes sense, we can do that fight as well. But there's probably at least 3, 4, or 5 fights that are huge for Edgar for the next couple of years here.
La felicitaciones por la pelea. Can you tell us this, if you were hurt really bad on that third round? for he decided to Edgar Berlanga and Canelo to go to his corner and go on his body.
Nah, it was like a flash knockdown. You know, he caught me when I hit the floor. That's why I got upset. I started hitting my glove. But, you know, when I hit the floor, I know I'm not supposed to be there. So it was more of a flash knockdown. I felt the shot, but I wasn't hurt. You know, I wanted it well. I took his best shot. And, you know, I feel like I gave my best shot to him as well.
Edgar, ¿cómo estás? Antes de la pelea hubo una intensa guerra de palabras, especialmente allí en Los Ángeles. Y después de la guerra que tuvieron, se abrazaron. ¿Qué significó eso? So, before the fight, there was an intense war of words which started at the Los Angeles press conference, continued throughout fight week. What would that mean to you?
For me, you know, it's a part of the sport. You know, it's nothing personal. You know, we humble. You know, I come from a humble family, from humble beginnings. You know, but you know, this is a fight. You know, so we gotta sell. You gotta sell the fight. And you know, after the day, once the fight is signed, there's no respect. You know, I suppose, you know, at that level between me and him. You know, so that's what it was. It was nothing personal. You seen in the ring, I was still talking to him and telling him stuff. You know, when he was hitting me, I was telling him to keep hitting me. I was trying to do like rope-a-dope, Muhammad Ali, you know, George Foreman. I was telling him, like, come on, keep hitting me, come on, you can't hit me, come on, I don't hurt, come on, again. You know, to take his best shots, to try to get him tired.
Así es el deporte, no es nada personal, ya que el boxeo es así y fíjense cómo eso siguió durante la pelea y yo le decía, golpeame, dale, vení, golpeame, porque de alguna manera también sentía como Muhammad Ali cuando estaba en su mejor momento, ¿no? Así es lo divertido y después nos respetamos, está todo bien, nos hablamos después de la pelea y de vuelta, no hay nada personal, yo le doy respeto y después el resto es parte del boxeo.
Edgar, final comments as you conclude what has been a tremendous fight week here in Las Vegas. The place was rocking. You and Canelo Alvarez treated fans around the world to a sensational world championship prize fight. The floor is yours, Edgar.
You know, first and foremost, I want to thank everybody here, all my fans that came out. You know, the Mexicans and Puerto Rico that showed up. You know, it was a big event for us. You know, this is a big event in Las Vegas. You know, we was up against UFC, and I felt like we shut them down with this event. So you know, God is great. I want to thank Memo right here. You know, my personal trainer. You know, he's a beast right here. You know, he's a legend. I want to thank my brother Johnny, my brother Roe. You know, my whole team. You know, my dad, Eddie Hearns, Keith Carney, Mark for right, Ray for right, and the whole squad. You know, it was a warm camp. It was a difficult camp because you know. Finding legends, so it was a lot of hard stuff going on in the gym mentally. You know, my coach was on me mentally, but it's fight heavy. You know, because we was up against a legend. You know, so I couldn't fight how I fought all other fights. You know, I had to step it up mentally. It wasn't really about physical. It was all the mental. You know, when they say boxing is 90% mental, it's 10% physical. People don't really understand it, but it's really that. Man. Everything is a mental sport. You know. Obviously, I got here with a big shot in the third round, and I should have broken nothing. You know, that's the mental. I don't got nothing to do with the physical. You know, if my mental wasn't right, I probably would have stood down there and just take a knee and just call up the fight and get a paycheck. You know, but nah. You know, obviously, I showed the world that we're not here for a paycheck. You know, I'm really here to shock the world and just become a superstar and become the face of boxing. You know, this is so similar, man. You know, I'm on the greatness. You know, I can't wait to get back in the gym. I want to do another main event, probably in New York, Madison Square Garden, or Puerto Rico, like Choice Hill, and just take over boxing, man. You know, Canelo, you know, he's already getting out the door. You know, and I want to be that face. I must just do it.
Well, Edgar, we wish you all the best of luck. Round of applause to Edgar Berlanga, ladies and gentlemen. Whatever here tonight, wishing him all the best of luck. Looking forward to seeing him back in the near future.
Let's do one by yourself and then the team, okay? Thank you. Hold your head up, Edgar, bro.
I'm on this.
Bless you. Same shirt, where Benavidez had.